this again. Elite Dangerous is so stagnant and unchanged that frankly I struggle to make this. All my previous credit-making ways are still working. Seriously, go check out last year's summary. So, what could I do for you this year? Well, how about I take a look at additional credit-making ways I haven't covered yet? Like the on-foot-based missions and more!
Well, hey kids, do you want some drugs? Oh, sorry, I don't have any, but I have something better. Patreon! Yes, that makes videos happen.
Much like the smelly, rotting carcass of the dead horse I like to call the balance. It's astonishing how lacking in changes this status quo for Elite Dangerous has been for the past 2 years. Now, on the bright side, the "fuck you got mine" crowd can be happy that their money cash cows are intact. Or wait, didn't they claim that my videos ruined their private wanking sessions? Who knows. Well, for this year we got the Thargoid war to worry about, and that by itself brings a good chunk of interesting supplementary missions to provide, well, surprising profits. But before we get on to that, let me blueball you with some lesser known ways to make credits. Well, you could do some space-like missions, like that stealth assassination mission, where you gotta infiltrate and take out a target and then exfiltrate. Well, in theory, it's actually pretty cool, like Splinter Cell or something. Well, if Splinter Cell was so brain damaged he was a bedridden vegetable on life support, then yes, it's exactly like that. Not only the stealth is basically non-existent and frankly coded in the most baffling nonsensical way, but the reward for literally wasting half an hour of your time you get... fuck you! Okay, well, some misguided souls who seem to perceive time as non-existent dimension claim that on-foot combat instead is a really good moneymaker. No, it's not. But then again, if you don't perceive time as an actual thing, then yeah, I suppose. Now, on the serious note though, yes, it does produce a little bit more profits than the on-foot missions. However, I remind you, you're still doing on-foot combat! The worst thing since music industry invented boy bands and Germans made Schlager music. And if you're curious as to why it's so bad, oh please, I've analyzed the FPS gameplay in a painful, careful detail, precisely explaining why it's possibly the worst FPS gameplay I've ever seen. So please, go check it out. Well, if not the on-foot stuff, then well, how about the good old space stuff? You know, the non-Odyssey content. The Thargoid war rages on and, well, as usual with the Thargoid attacks, stations and systems in peril offer passenger missions for the safe haven seekers. Now, while I've covered this in a dedicated guide, go check it out, while it's not the most lucrative way, it's a very consistent and useful one, especially if you're seeking a way to boost the superpower reputation for the cutter or corvette unlocks. Now, if you want to be a bit more proactive, if you will, and frankly enjoy a cool gameplay, well, kill Thargoids, if you can. With the war gameplay coming into the game, developers have chosen to supplement Thargoid killing with additional missions, rewards. Now, despite the fact that they nerfed a little bit of rewards for the Thargoid kills, regardless of that, similarly to the massacre missions for the normal ships, now you can pick up missions that tell you to kill 1 or 2 basilisks and whatnot else. Now, overall I would say it's kinda hard to gauge the solid credit per hour due to just simply skill requirements. However, if you're not exactly like myself who wants to just go one-on-one, but rather find friends to wing up with that you might find in my Discord, you could at least have a good fun while you earn a decent chunk of change, blasting those goids away. And finally, the somewhat bigger surprise in the recent times, the ExoBiology, actually somewhat viable non-gameplay. While 90 million an hour does not sound like a great thing, the only good thing about ExoBiology is, well, that you can do it without a ship. Well, technically. Or rather, you can start it with basically very few funds, making it the best early game money maker after, well, Road to Riches and before Robigo. So, as a stopgap, it's not bad. And hey, it's at least one of those few positives that Odyssey offers, though considering that you need to pay $40 to access this quote-unquote gameplay, I would not say that it's exactly what I would call a smart investment. I personally would rather go get a box of donuts, or several tens of liters of kvass, or hell, a lousy blowjob And so these are the additions to the last year's moneymakers. Go of course check that one out, but as for today's examples, well, if you stick with Elite Dangerous core gameplay, it's not too bad. And of course, do let me know down below if I missed any of the new ways of making money, or maybe something that I haven't mentioned yet. Or hell, even your favorite credit grind right now. So, in the meantime, I'm off to beat another dead Thargoid horse. Horsegoid. Yes.